and I'm going to share with you some really cool ways to get organized with your products from Stampin' Up. And one of the things that I struggled with as a new demonstrator, and I mean, just as a customer, you may find this of value, is when I got products that I just loved, I did not always get things that coordinated. So I might pick a stamp set that I loved, but then I'd get, different colored inks or whatever that just didn't work well with that. Well, that's another video that I'm going to do about how to narrow down all the amazing things that you see in the catalogs. But today's is how to kind of keep in order what you have ordered. Now, this is great advice for new demonstrators, but it's also great advice for people who enjoy Stampin' Up! As a hobby, and they enjoy knowing what they got, what it goes with, that kind of thing. Okay, so this is just a little extra something I'm going to share with you today. This is a beautiful card made from the Waterfront stamp set. It's made on Whisper White and Bermuda Bay. And I used Bermuda Bay here, Soft Sky here, Sahara Sand here and here. That's actually Sahara Sand. And that favorite blue of mine, it's called Pacific Point. And the yellow is the, I'll get back to you on that one. And the red is Crushed Curry. The mountains are Old Olive. Gosh, what is that yellow? It is called So Saffron. Okay, and the yellow for the sun is So Saffron. And then this blue back here for the sky is the same blue here, that Soft Sky. As you'll see, there's a lot of dimension in here. And I introduced some of these effects in the very last video of Stamping 101, video number 6, Stamp Effects, shadows and partial masking and that sort of thing. So this is all one stamp set. I did not have to go outside of this stamp set to get all of these effects, including the distance looks. And what I did to get this trail looking color in the sand, as if people have walked out of the cottages and their little cabanas, is I just took a paintbrush and put it in the same exact ink and just scrubbed it in there. So it gave it a darker effect. Okay, so I just wanted to share that card with you that I made last night. It was oodles of fun. All right, so now let's talk about the organizing. One of the things that I do when I get my ink pads, they come with stickers on the back of them. See if I can get a newer one that has stickers. They come like this. And you peel off the different stickers that are in your language. Actually, just the one is English. And it says Para Pizzazz. But I go ahead and I peel off the second one because that at least gives me the color. And it kind of tells me maybe that's pear. Even though I don't speak that language. It's easy to see as it's sitting on the table. And it's definitely easy to see on the spiral roundy thing that I keep all my inks on. That is also available in Stampin' Up! Store. So not only that, but I wrote an S on here because we have categories of color. We have the in colors, and we have the softs, I think it's called subtles. It's called subtles. And we have brights, and we have neutrals, and let's see. Neutrals, subtles, brights, and regals. Regals is the other one. So I'd put an S here for subtles. If it were regal, I'd put an R. And it just kind of tells me to put them together because they blend so well together. Now, I don't mean blend like alcohol because these are not alcohol inks. I'm talking about if you want to do a project and you want your colorful colors as opposed to the neutrals. If you want your colorful colors to coordinate with one another, you'd want to stay in the same color family pretty much. Okay, the other thing I do I will write on the stamp pad when I refilled it with the ink refill. Okay, the little ink refills, I think they're around $2 and something. They're about this tall. And I wrote on here, 2018 refill with a check. Okay, and when you open your stamp pad, your ink is pointing down so that all the ink will be settling to the top of the pad. You crank it over like that, and you can tell that this is an older pad. It looks kind of linen, like it's made of linen, which it may very well be. This one is a newer pad. They just look different. I don't know what they're made out of. I should, but I don't. Anyway, so what I did with my little ink thing, I just went back and forth like this, and then I took this like a scraper little tool, and I just smoothed it around. Some people use a sponge. I mean, no, some people use a spoon, some use a knife, whatever you got. You know, you want to just be gentle and just softly blend that extra color. Okay, and this is in here on most of my inks because you squeeze it like this, open it up, and you've got ink there that you can use a paintbrush, or you can use one of these blender pens, or a number of other things, and just get some water, and I mean some color, and you can use it like a watercolor if you'd like. Okay, so now we're going to go into the actual organizing of these products on your shelf. One thing you can do, which I am so excited that Stampin' Up! Has done this. They have started with their Designer Series paper, and this is the 2017-2018 annual catalog. It will expire on May 31st, and we'll get a new one June 1st. In this catalog, and one or two before it, they began listing the cardstock packs that coordinate with your Designer Series paper. Designer Series paper sounds like, oh my gosh, how do I know it's Designer Series paper? Well, that's because the cardstock itself is just solid. Designer Series is where it has prints on it. And unlike a lot of the papers you'll find in the big box stores, Designer Series paper is printed on both sides. As you see, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 different prints times 2. So you're going to get 12 each, or 12 sheets. There's 6 showing in the picture. You're getting 12 of these, and on each side there's color, okay, print, or a light print, or whatever they do. Okay, so let's say, for example, the Pick a Pattern Designer Series paper. I felt like this was a good all-around paper. I could use it for a lot of different purposes. So I went ahead and got the cardstock pack to match. Now, if you notice, under each of the descriptions, you're going to see a list of colors. These are the colors that actually coordinate with the Designer Series paper. Basic Black, Crushed Curry, Emerald Envy, Flirty Flamingo, Sahara Sand, and Whisper White. That tells me a couple of things. First of all, I might use a Whisper White background. That's always easy. If not, I could go with a Sahara Sand, because you can still write on the inside of a greeting card that is a light color paper. If it's darker, you may have to put a light color overlay, or use like a white pen or something. So these are the colors that it recommends that you use with these. And you can use these colors in inks. You can use them in embellishments. Certainly other papers, such as if you want a little banner or a flag, or if you want to punch something, you know, you could use any of these colors, and they will coordinate with every single thing here. Well, I went ahead and got the Pick a Pattern cardstock stack because it makes life easy. All right, so now this is how I keep it. This is the Pick a Pattern DSP, and I just wrote on a piece of paper. This is like printer paper. 2017-18 annual catalog, because I'm really bad about getting paper and then forgetting, is it current or is it not? And then I got to spend time looking up to see if it's current, because I am a demonstrator and I do like to make projects that people can can copy and make themselves. This is the Pick a Pattern coordinate, and the colors in here are Emerald Envy, Flirty Flamingo. See how well that matches? Isn't that fabulous? And Sahara Sand. So not only do I keep them together, but I actually wrote the name on them because our pattern pack, our coordinating pack, does not list these colors. So I know what they are because I have the catalog, Emerald Envy, Flirty Flamingo, and Sahara Sand. And I just went ahead and wrote on there. Then I'm going to open this, and I'm going to keep these together. Okay? Now, if I need these colors for another project, I just have to know that maybe they're with a DSP. And I go and I pull this DSP, and boom, there it is. All right? And I keep it. I wish you could see what's under my desk right here. I bought a like a furniture roller. Hoover, stop. I bought like a furniture roller, and it's a big plastic thing about like this. It's, I don't know, 24 bucks. It's very heavy. It's got nice heavy wheels on it. It's got a solid bottom, and because a lot of them just have like a rectangle with wheels on them and carpet rolled around those rectangle pieces of wood. But this one's a solid plastic bottom. And I took one of those modular units from Michael's that has all the shelves in it. So turn that sideways or on end, so my shelves are pointing up, and I just drop my designer series paper and their coordinating stacks down in those holes, and I label them. So the very first slot is the latest current, most current. The next one is Christmas, and then the others are discontinued. So that helps me stay current, and it takes so much time off my day because it's all there. Okay, these are Thinlit dies. I happen to have the swirly scribbles. As you see here, this is exactly how they come in the catalog. You will rarely see my dies in this packaging. I always change them out, and I'll show you what I keep them in. I keep them in these, and basically all these are these same exact cases that I bought blank. I'm getting a bunch in tomorrow, and I just take these, and this is the worst example that I grabbed off the shelf, but I put magnets in here. I've got to have some better magnets, and then these guys are supposed to stick to the magnets, which they don't because I need to replace these. But I also have this little guy. I don't know if it'll come up or not. Yeah, this is a magnetic tray. It's for car parts, little screws and things, and I put a little piece of paper there so I would not have to look at that ugly middle. So anyway, I move my framelits over to here, and I always write 16 pieces on it, and I put the year, the 1718, which means it's current right now. Until then, I have swirly scribbles, came like that. I wrote down 1718, and there's 9 pieces. It is so important that you put this on your dies because there's some little ones, and man, we've got some that are a third this size. And if you know you started out with 9 pieces, it's a lot easier to find that missing piece if you look right away. If you already have it on your container and you're like, okay, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they're all here. Which actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, come on now. I don't think I've even used this before. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on. Maybe that, oh no, that's 2 pieces. Yeah, this is a centerpiece here. That's 9. Okay, had me there for a minute. But this die set, by the way, is great to make wreaths. I'm gonna be making a few of those. Okay, now how do I do my stamps? Okay, as you can see, this says celebration right here. So we will always know it's celebration. But the question is, which celebration? Now, the chances of a celebration stamp set going into the main catalog is pretty slim, as in 8 years. I don't believe I've ever seen it happen. So if you see something in Celebration that you want, you need to move on it. But I wrote SAB for Celebration 2018. So I know that this came between January 3rd and March 31st of 2018. On April 1st, it will be retired. So this guy is going to get a big D written on it. Now, why a D? Because when I started this, I called it discontinued, rather than the proper term, which is retired. So I ended up just putting a D on everything. But this is still a favorite set, so I'm not getting rid of it. I just want to know it's been discontinued. So it's on a different shelf. So for now, this is current, and it says so right there. Okay, this right here, the Lift Me Up set. And did y'all get to see the pandas? Aren't they cute as a button? Let me show you a card real quick with them. Let's see. Is this not adorable? It looks like he's falling in and then falling right back out, because pandas tumble. They do. They tumble. Okay, so this next one is Lift Me Up. I love this set. It's got the hot air balloons. It's got, you can carry a little note on your hot air balloon, a little thank you sign, just all kinds of things. It's got cute little clouds, and I did a really, really neat showing of this particular stamp set on that same video number 6. So be sure and look for Stamping 101 video number 6, and it's I think it's called Stamp Effects, but I'm not sure, but it's definitely video number 6. Okay, so it is in the Idea Booking Catalog, which is what it used to be called. The annual catalog probably is what it's called now, 1718. Okay, so now I know these two are current, and this one is different. Why? Because it is in the Occasions catalog. This is the time of year, this being February of 2018, this is the time of year that we have 3 catalogs at one time. And that is the annual catalog, the Occasions catalog, and the Celebration catalog. Celebration's the first one to go out on March 31st. And these two are going to go out on, I want to say May 31st. Definitely the big catalog's May 31st. And I think the Occasions is as well. Okay, and then we have this one. Now look what happened here. This one was 1718 Occasions. Now this was out probably last year, early last year. And then I wrote IBC. Well, I wonder why that is. Well, it's because this particular stamp set went from the Occasions catalog into the annual catalog. So they kept it. It went over. So you had more opportunities to purchase it. And I'll tell y'all what, I have used this set probably more than any other. I love this set, and I will show you a card I made with this one. I mean, is that gorgeous? I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. And I got the banner from a different set. But let me show you 2 things I made with this one. And that's this right here, Made with Love. Isn't that sweet? And I actually used the paper here is not, it's not really have anything to do with cooking. It is a designer series paper from Myths and Magic. It's this paper here where it has the mermaids and the little knights and the dragons and the castles and things like that. So stinking cute. But when I saw this, I thought, hey, that would be cute with that paper, yada yada. So I made that. And I have a framelit set that cut all of these out. It cut everything out. Framelits go with it. And you can get it in a bundle. And that is called Apron of Love. Here's another one that I made with the Apron of Love set. Totally different. If you look at this versus this, totally different. I love this card. It's something that I give to close friends who enjoy Stampin' Up with me. So Then this one, I don't know. Well, here's a good idea about that card. It's not been colored, but look at all the detail and how these are so far back in the distance, and then these, and then this one's in the forefront. It's just fun. Let's see. I think that's everything for the moment, but just wanted to help you guys get organized. This is just my way of doing it, and then when I put it on the shelf, it is in, they are in bins, such as this. This is actually a bin from Big Lots, and when I look at this bin, I know that everything in it is current. And I could put just celebration and occasions in one bin. I might do that. I'm not quite that organized yet with them, but they are on a shelf right behind me. This is what the bin looks like. They have different size ones. This one is the 12.5 by 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. It's got a nice little handle on the end of it, which, you know, if you put a lot of weight in this, that handle's going to break. I mean, it's Big Lots, people. But if you're careful with it, you can keep your stamps in there. It works for me. It's the first time I've been able to find the stamp that I'm looking for. I keep it in the cabinet behind me. It's an IKEA cabinet with glass doors, and I've got a little... I have a little piece of washi tape right here on the end. I wonder if you can see that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you can. And it says 18, so that means 2018. So that just means that the stamps that are in there are current. And the others, I need to put one on this one still, this one that I showed you. And I'm looking over the camera, so I want to make sure that you can see all of this. These are all current, and I just pull out the whole set if I need them. And all I've got to do is just put on the 18 on washi tape on the end of them. Okay, so that should be everything and helping you to stay organized. I really hope this helps you, and you know, you may find that you can adapt this system for other ways, such as flowers or animals or outdoors or, you know, oceans and seas or cooking or however you want to categorize them if you do. I just wish somebody had helped me when I first started, and I would have been so much better steward of my blessings with these, because I didn't know how to even begin to organize. And granted, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators and craft people who have a lot of these, we all do it. There's probably 20 different ways to do this, if not more. This works for me for the moment. I do plan to go to a binder at some point if I can copy the page or even stamp it out. I don't know, but get these stamps on a sheet that I can put in a binder and put them in categories, and then put on there discontinued or IBC 2018, whatever I need to do. That would be ideal, and I'm just not there yet. But meanwhile, this is where we are. So this helps you, and y'all, thank you for stopping in, and be blessed. Toodles.